How's it going, Blues fans? It's Nico Pauly here, yet again with the Blue Blog here on YouTube and also on Instagram as well. And I'm back at my normal setup here. I am officially back from Houston, Texas, where I visited to go meet Sean Schemmel. I don't know if there's any weebs out there who know who Sean Schemmel is, but went to go meet Sean Schemmel at Collecticon in Houston, Texas. Also went to the Texans versus Buccaneers game with my girlfriend, which was a fantastic time. And then yesterday, Monday, we went to the Houston Zoo. Not as good as St. Louis Zoo, but still, I was insanely impressed with the Houston Zoo. And that whole entire area was beautiful, but we're not here to talk about my personal life. We're here to talk about the St. Louis Blues. And tonight, they would lose 5-2 against the Winnipeg Jets, and the Jets have our number. It seems like after that 2019 Cup run, we cannot win against the Winnipeg Jets at all. Like, we don't have an answer for them, and they only have answers for us. So, obviously, again, it's frustrating because we wanted to start off with our first 3-game win streak this season since I believe SCL Blues Views posted it was in mid-February of last season was our last 3+ win streak. So that's frustrating, but let's talk about this game. This game is obviously very frustrating. Middle of the second period, I feel like the Blues could have scored 3 to 4 goals just in that 3 to 4 minute span on the chances they had. It's just the Jets always had an answer for them. But the first period, I got off of work at 6, or I guess 8 or 7 o'clock. I don't know if daylight savings is going on, but I got off work right when the puck dropped, so driving home, it takes me about 17 minutes. I missed probably about 12 minutes of the first period, which is frustrating, or maybe around 10. I did get to see glimpses because I had the phone on my center console, so I could, take glimpses. And from what I saw in the first half of the period, the Blues kind of came out really strong and really fast. They looked like the better team, honestly, and they just need to score. They need to score early because it seems later, if they go down, the momentum sinks, especially against the Jets. You need to score early against this team, and they didn't. But midway through the period, they would get a power play, and what do you know? They would not score. I do like how they're trying a little bit of new things, moving the puck a little bit better, going around the net, going behind the net as well. It's just they need to find a way to score. I mean, just find ways to get open, find ways to generate freedom in the offensive zone when on the power play, and get pucks to the net. You got to find dangerous scoring chances. You got to find ways to generate those. Obviously, I'm not a head coach, so I can't really specifically tell you how to do this, but I mean, just move your feet and keep that puck moving and just keep working. That's all you got to do. Just keep working, keep at it. I mean, you got to get after it. That's all you have to do. So the Blues are now 1 for 28 on the season, I believe, on the power play, and this might be officially the worst power play unit we've ever seen in Blues history. I do know that they went 1 for 29 in the mid to early 70s. I want to say it was 73, 74. They went 1 for 29, and we are 2 away from breaking that record. So some great stuff considering the skill we have on this team. We have Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, Pavel Buchnevich, Jakub Vrana, Torrey Krug offensively. Folk has a great shot. I mean, Parayko has a great shot. Hayes is a big body. Shen is skilled. Great mind for hockey. And still, we can't score on the power play, and that is also a reason why we lose this game. I mean, if we score in this power play, it's a completely different story. Obviously, we don't. Just get a power play right after that. Scheifele scores, backdoor on Jordan Binnington. Easy goal, nothing Benner could do. But the next 3 goals, I would say there's something Benner could for sure do. Luckily, not luckily at this point, I believe it was about 8 minutes later, the Jets are kind of rolling, and the Blues cannot get this puck out of the zone. Failed to chip the puck off the glass outside of the zone. Scheifele picks this puppy up, sends it far side to Pionk, and Pionk rips this puppy far side. High blocker. Binnington, I felt like overcommitted on this one a little bit, leaving that blocker side open for a skilled defenseman like Pionk to rip this puppy, but stuff like this happens. We're down 2-0, and this team really needs to wake up and respond properly. And luckily, the hot player, jersey I'm representing for this game today, Robert Thomas, pots his 4th goal in 4 straight games, leaving him 5 on the season. He just picks up a loose puck in the offensive zone. Kapanen was skating in. 2 Jets are on him. Puck gets left behind. Thomas stops, turns, picks it up, and rips this puppy top shelf. Great shot. We know Robert Thomas is a fantastic shot. He needs to shoot more, which luckily we have been seeing. I believe he's on pace for around 38 to 40 goals this season. So, Thomas, buddy, please keep it up. This first period will end. We're down 2-1. Unfortunate, but what's even more unfortunate, in the first 5 minutes, the Winnipeg Jets would get a power play goal, and this one was from Kyle Connor, and this puck went off of Nick Leddy. It was kind of, it felt like a floater at first. It didn't seem to be tipped. I was like, Bennington let up a bad goal. I still think he probably could have had it, but it was tipped, so I'll cut him a little bit of slack here. Though later, I'm not going to cut him any slack. So now it's 3-1. Second period ends. It's the Blues need to find something because the second period really felt like all Winnipeg Jets. And this team needed to go to the locker room, find a spark in the locker room, come out the third period strong, score early, and get back in this game. And what happens? Bennington would fumble the puck behind the net and give this puppy to Scheifele, and Scheifele would pass it to Connor for an easy goal on the empty net in the first minute and 2 seconds of this period. Frustrating stuff. After this, it was a neutral zone trap for the Winnipeg Jets the entire game. Blues couldn't really get anything going after that. Schenn would score, squeak one past Hellebuck. Normally Hellebuck has those, but that's just what happens when you get pucks on net sometimes. They squeak by even the best of goaltenders in the league. So now there's a little bit of life because that's around maybe 8 minutes into the period. A little bit of life. Nothing else, honestly, really goes on. And Perfetti buries it on the empty net. Something that I noted in the, pre-introduction thing, in the middle of that second period, the Blues had a chance to score goals. I'd say from maybe about the 10-minute mark to the 7-minute mark, they had the Thomas and the Kyrou line, the Thomas line first and the Kyrou line, and no one could score on an empty net. The Jets would just huddle in front of the crease and just eat pucks. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, Nick Leddy had a chance, Buchnevich had a chance, Schenn had a chance, and those could easily be goals on, most of the teams, but the Jets played insanely well. They for sure had our number, and they for sure had an answer for all those chances, even when Hellebuck was in the crease. So props to the Winnipeg Jets, even though I hate their guts. It's not a big deal. Jordan Bennington, I said in my Instagram post, was not great tonight. I don't want to say completely this loss is on him, but when you go in the locker room and you come back for the third, hopefully, down by 2, you still have a chance to win this game. Your goaltender fumbles the puck behind the net, it's over. I mean, this game from that goal right there was completely over. I felt like all momentum and hopes for this win were completely lost, and I still have faith in Bennington, completely, trust me, complete faith in this guy. But, when you make simple mistakes like that, we cannot see that happen. Again, still complete faith. It's not a big deal. It's only one game out of the 75 or 76 games left in the season. I'm pretty sure he'll step it up. This is only a once-a-season type thing. But, these 2 points against a division rival are huge, which might come back to bite us in the butt if we're looking to make a run for playoffs, because this team kind of seems more in the middle. Potentially, you might want to make playoffs, potentially not. So, another thing that I really, 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 really want to go over is offense and the power play. You have to find ways. I said it before. You have to find ways to generate chances. You have to find ways. And I see way too much standing around sometimes. Lots of gliding sometimes. If you look at some of the best teams in the league, there's not so much gliding. There's so much more speed and moving your feet. Guys are skating around looking for ways to get open. Throwing pucks on net right away, quick releases, quick passes, solid tape. The tape passes, we see this sometimes with the Blues, just not as consistently as I'd like it if they want to be competitive moving forward. I still feel like they have the potential to make playoffs. This team on paper is a really solid team. If you were to look at this solid team on paper, like without knowing hockey, just looking at like career stats, you'd probably say this is a close to a playoff team, maybe like a third in Central, potentially. But clearly, this team is pretty inconsistent, and they just need to find ways. I mean, you just got to keep working, boys. That's all you got to do. You got to keep working. Defensively, I do like the defensive structure, but sometimes momentum is not going our way. We need to find ways to get these pucks chipped off successfully off the boards, get this puck out, and make sure we're playing a 200-foot game when we're on our heels, which was pretty much the second and third period. So, that's my thoughts for the game. I did want to go over some thoughts from, some people in the DMs. There's probably not much because I just posted it, and there's actually nothing so far. So, that's okay. That's okay. Let me double check. Yeah, there ain't nothing, which is all right. I would love to see Scott Perunovic obviously come in. Our power play has been struggling. Scott Perunovic, offensive-minded defenseman. It'd be really nice to see him get a legit shot. Having him play for one game and only getting 1 to 2 power play chances out of the 28 you've had, and saying that, we saw him on the power play, he didn't really help. That's just stupid. Come on, Chief. That's just the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. Come on now. You're not giving him. That's a small sample size. You need to give him more chances. You need to give him more chances because Scandella, honestly, actually has lately, the last few games haven't been absolutely terrible, but we need to see some goals. We need to see some offense. I would, if you want to keep Scandella, I'd be okay with dumping Tucker and sending him down or health bomb him for a little bit, or just split him because, Tucker's young, so is Perunovic. You could split them 50-50 through the season. Just give Perunovic more chances. That's all I ask, really. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. I'll try and leave my Instagram link in the bio, or in the description, but every time I do it, it won't work in my favor, so it is what it is. Not a big deal. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the game. This game, DM me on very nice. Someone wants to cover. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to read that. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, please. And thank you. I really like feedback. If you want to email me at all, email me at blueblog@gmail.com. Thinking of, because I actually have not checked that email in forever. But yeah, I appreciate everyone. It's been a slow start so far on YouTube, but I'm one of those guys. You keep working at it, it's gonna work out in the end. So, thanks for the 8 to 10 viewers that are sticking by. I appreciate you all, and hopefully, we'll catch some more for the Blues fan base. I appreciate everyone for watching. Thank you. Have a good night.